Have you ever been scrolling through old photos, maybe from 5, 10 years ago, and it just hits you how much has changed? And I don't just mean your haircut. I mean everything. The world, what was considered normal, just the whole vibe of things. It really makes you wonder, right? If all that change was happening, how come we don't really notice it as it was going down? Well, let's get into that.
Okay, so the first thing we really got to wrap our heads around is this. The world around us is always, and I mean always, in motion. Society, our norms, our institutions, they're all getting these quiet little software updates day in and day out. But here's the thing, we don't really experience this as a bunch of chaotic disruptions. For us, it just feels like today, a continuous, stable present.
And this is where we get to the core of the puzzle. It's a weird paradox, really. The slower and more gradual a change is, the harder it is for us to actually see it. It's kind of like watching the hour hand on a clock. You know for a fact it's moving, but you can't for the life of you catch it in the act. Change, a lot of the time, only snaps into focus when we look back. It's only in hindsight that we go, whoa, look how far we've come.
So why? What's going on in our brains? Well, a key idea here is something you could call gradient perception. See, our minds aren't really built to process the world as a slideshow of separate, distinct moments. We don't see point A, then point B, then point C. Instead, we perceive a continuous flow, a smooth gradient. Our brain is incredible at just smoothing over the tiny differences between moments, weaving them all into one seamless story of what's happening now.
And our own minds have these really clever tricks to help keep that feeling of continuity going. First up, there's adaptation. We're just fantastic at getting used to new things. The new normal very quickly just becomes, well, normal. Then you've got memory reconstruction. This is a big one. Our memories are not perfect recordings. Every time we remember something, we're actually rebuilding that memory. And in the process, we often tweak it just a little to make more sense with who we are today. And finally, we use reinterpretation. We look back at the past and we build a story that makes it all seem like it was this logical, inevitable path to the present. These three things work together to make change practically invisible.
Now, this whole idea doesn't just apply to you and me. It scales up. Think about entire societies, institutions, even governments. The really massive shifts in how we live or what we believe, they don't usually happen with a big bang. Instead, they unfold slowly, bit by bit. And the collective consciousness just processes it all as continuity, not as a radical break from the past. It's how reality gets quietly reshaped right under our noses.
So all of this leaves us with a pretty deep final question to think about. If reality is always changing, but we're basically blind to it in the moment, and we only ever notice it in these rare flashes of awareness, then what are we actually experiencing from day to day? What if change isn't the thing that's happening, but is just those moments when we become aware that something has happened? If that's the case, then what do we even call reality?